That's me. Good evening, all. Welcome to Nick's Wednesday night quiz. Right, we have 10 of you already logged on. I'm sorry I'm a little late. Not really late, only about 15 seconds late, but never mind. Right, tonight we have just 6 rounds of straightforward trivia tonight. Nothing really Christmassy. I thought we'd add that on Sunday, so I think everybody has had enough of Christmas quizzing, so just straightforward general knowledge tonight. We start off as usual with a round entitled Wednesday the 23rd. That'll be followed by 2 sets of 4 questions, 2 connections rounds basically in one, which you'll enjoy. I'm sure that's round number 2. Round number 3 will be an initial letter link, which is pretty straightforward. Round number 4 tonight is entitled Rhyming Pairs. A bit like, I think, Millie, fair and share, that's right, you get the idea, rhyming pairs. Then we have a round which is entitled Trivia Trail, which is a very straightforward trivia trail. And finally, we have a round on general trivia. Well, it's been very exciting, the news today, in fact, all week. I think it's driving everybody spare, basically, this lockdown, and we're all getting more and more lockdown. Rugby, where we are, we were bracing ourselves to go into Tier 4. Not that it would have made any difference, no real difference between that and Tier 3, I think, but might have kept a few more people at home. However, it'll be interesting to know how you're all faring. 1 or 2 people have certainly gone up into a new category, which may have made things trickier for them. Obviously, we've been locked down in both pubs now since November, so we haven't really been out to the pub at all since, which is a bit of a problem. But there we have it, he says knowingly. But hopefully there might be some good news on the horizon with we may have a trade deal with the EU coming up in the next 24 hours. They keep going on about it. They were coming up with it last week, the week before, and the week before that, but they haven't. And obviously the French have just reopened the borders, which obviously will help the truckers trying to get home for Christmas and whatever else, or taking produce out the UK for the French market, so to speak, although it'd be probably a bit late now for them to get their salmon, but what the hell, I should have got it in the freezer last week, shouldn't I? Or the fridge last week. Right, we've got 20 teams so far online, raring to go. Nobody's said anything. Is it me, or is there nobody chatting tonight? So I'll put something in the chat column in a minute. So I'll just say, hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. I just need to make sure it's all working right. Andrew Lewis has just said evening. So evening, Andrew. Hope all is well with you. You and Jane keeping well. Are you all ready and raring to go for Christmas? Have you got the turkey stuffed, so to speak, and have you got your roast potatoes done yet, or waiting until tomorrow? Now it's put good evening from Yellowtoft. Yes, we will be in Tier 3 from Saturday. Oh dear, oh dear. That means some of the pubs in your area, although you're not far away from Rugby, there were 1 or 2 open, I suppose, weren't they? So I presume all of Crick has now got a lockdown, pubs and Crick in Northamptonshire, wasn't it? Kilsby, Crick. Yes, all around that area. So anyway, Diane's just said good evening. Good evening, Diane. Hope all is well with you. She said hello from Pinky and Perky. So good evening, Pinky, Perky. Hope all is well with you too. You're keeping well and raring to go for Christmas. It's a bit of a strange Christmas this year, I have to say, but we will see. Carrie Mitchell's just joined us. Good evening, Carrie. Saying hi from the Mitchells in Minehead. Lovely to see you. It's a pleasure, and I hope all is well with you tonight. We've had torrential rain all day long. I don't suppose it's been much better in Minehead, but what's that? I have a new favourite haiku. To convey one's mood in 17 syllables is very difficult. Yeah, I'm sure it is, Robin. I'm sure it is. Ian Miller, good evening, he's saying. Good evening, Ian. Hope all is well with you. Lydia hasn't turned up as yet, but she will be here in a minute. I think it's the rain that's putting her off. Probably a car can't start or something like that. Sarah saying hello and happy Christmas Eve. Well, it's nearly Christmas Eve, isn't it, Sarah? But it will be in the next hour or two. It's not a day to have a birthday, Christmas Eve, take it from me. But never mind. I'm sure we'll all have fun. Michelle saying good evening all. Hope everyone is well. Crick in Tier 3 from Boxing Day. James, Charlie, and Michelle all here. Does that mean you can still go down to the pub on Christmas Day? Well, I don't suppose you can really, unless you have a substantial meal, can you? Even in Tier 2. Didn't make a lot of sense, but never mind. So that probably means things are only going to get worse. I really don't see us opening the pubs again probably until the end of January anyway, and it's probably not worth opening them, to be quite honest, because we never get any decent trade during the month of January. It's pretty hopeless straight after Christmas. Clive and Janet have just joined us from Stockton. She's saying, hope all. No, my tooth isn't better. You might know, so I've got a bit of a swollen lip at the moment. I'm suffering a little bit with my tooth. Got an abscess underneath my crown at the front, and I've been on some antibiotics, and I've actually stayed off the beer for 3 days, ever since Sunday. However, tonight I'm just testing to make sure beer hasn't changed its taste, and it doesn't seem to have changed much, to be fair. So I'm just hoping a bit of that and stay on the antibiotics until Christmas Day, and it should be sorted. But let's hope so. Carrie's saying, we're good, thanks. Been horrible here too. Good practice staying in for tier 3 though. Yeah, that's the only problem with tier 3 and above. You just have to stay in all the time doing nothing. It gets boring. We went out today in the pouring rain just to go and do a little bit of shopping to get out of the house. And that was about it, but very little else. Ian, can you go out in the rain with an electric car? Now, that's a good question, Ian. We did go out in the rain in our electric car. However, there was an awfully big and deep puddle at the end of the road, and I was a bit worried. I said to my wife, I hope these batteries are well sealed and we're not going to get shorted out or something, because certainly if you go underwater with one, there's a very good chance that something might happen. I'm pretty sure they're well sealed, but you never know, do you? Mick's online. Mick and Bev, good evening. Hope all is well with you and Bev, and raring to looking forward to Christmas, are we, Mick? I don't suppose so. Never mind. Get a nice glass of beer in your hand, and it will bring some Christmas cheer, I suppose. PRS is joining us. Good evening, PRS. Matthew, he's saying Merry Christmas to everybody else. Carol Green has just joined us. Hi, Yorkshire Tyke, present and correct. So good evening, Carol. Hope all is well with you and your family, and you're keeping all right. My daughter's just arrived. Lydia is here, so we will have some questions if we're lucky on the chat column. Yes, Matthew's just asking me how the penetration, how's the power generation? Wind farm, question mark. I could do with a wind farm. I think that's my next acquisition, Matthew. I've just had my smart meter fitted, as I was telling you the other day. However, it's still not connected with my energy supplier. Apparently it takes 2 weeks for the software to get loaded up with your energy supply. So we can't do anything about shifting our energy to different times of the day at the moment, but never mind. Simon's just joined us. Good evening, Simon. Hope all is well with you. Keeping well, raring to go for Christmas. As I mentioned, we have 6 rounds tonight to keep you entertained. First round is entitled Wednesday the 23rd. Then we're doing a connections round, well, 2 connections in 1 round, so to speak. Then we're doing an initial letter link, which is round 3. Round number 4 was entitled Rhyming Pairs, like Scritty Politti, for instance. Trivia Trail is round number 5. And finally, just some general trivia to see you off before Christmas. Now, do remember, I will be doing a Christmas quiz on Sunday. It won't actually be a Christmas quiz. I'll just be doing a quiz on Sunday to keep us all going, because I'm sure after a day or 2 stuck at home, and I'm sure we'll all probably eat too much and drink too much, and there won't be that much on television, I'm sure, to watch. So you can all watch me instead if you want, making a fool of myself doing a Christmas quiz. Right, Penny's just joined us. So good evening, Penny. Hope all is well with you. She's saying, hello, Nick, Lydia, and Angela. Hope all are well with you. Tier 4 here from Boxing Day. I knew it was coming, Penny. It's your fault, you see. You were telling me how lightly off you'd done in Essex, sunny Essex, but never mind. I thought that was going to be the case down your neck of the woods. But what the hell? Boxing Day, that probably means everywhere's going to be shut down, locked down, and everything else down, doesn't it? But never mind. I hope you have a great Christmas anyway, Penny, and then you can look forward to Boxing Day and what that brings. Never mind. Matthew said, I had a tooth infection in March just as lockdown started. I had to wait until June to get it sorted. Lots of antibiotics. You mustn't drink on antibiotics. This is the first night I've actually drunk on any antibiotics. What's that? Yeah, I've just double-checked. Amoxicillin, which I'm on, which is specifically for toothache, clearly says that alcohol is allowed. However, it would be unwise of me to drink rather too much of the stuff, wouldn't it? But never mind. Mick's just saying he's got plenty of Baileys, beer and wine to stay put, so that's excellent. Robin's just saying, electric car and pedals. I think I've worked out how to carry out. That's it on Nick. Aha! Yes, possibly. Carol's just saying, why did no one bid for Rudolph and Blitzen on eBay? Because they were too dear. Actually, that's very good, Carol. I like that one. Very good indeed. Best joke of the night so far. In fact, it's the first joke of the night so far. Graham's just joined us. Good evening, Graham. Hope all is well with you. Evening from Coton Park, from me and Fee. Newbies. Excellent. That's what I like to say. Well, great to see you, Graham. My quiz is very simple. We do 6 rounds, 10 questions in each, except the first round. And basically, you mark your own at the end of each round, and then you put your total score in as we go, which is pretty straightforward. Right, Anne has just joined us from sunny Suffolk. Here we go. Evening, Nick. We should be, oh no, she's saying we should be in sunny Suffolk in our log cabin with a hot tub for Christmas, but at home in Essex instead. Does mean we get to quiz with you tonight. Excellent. That's, oh, well, that's fair enough, Anne. Yes, I think we're all kind of stuck in the same boat a bit, but never mind. Penny's saying, thanks, Nick. Thank goodness we've got your quiz to keep us sane. Well, I don't know about that. It sends me mad at times, but never mind. Right, Steve's just joined us. So we've got Steve Hills and, of course, Dexter the dog. Now, I bet well, if Dexter's been out today, he will have got absolutely soaked. So I hope you've given him a good bath, Steve, and stuck him in front of the fire to dry him off or something, because I bet he got absolutely soaked today. Oh, well, that's good fun. Anybody got any more silly jokes they want to share with us? Right, we've got just 3 minutes to go. We've got 40-odd people signed up at the moment to take part in tonight's quiz or online. My daughter's just loading up the quiz on her computer. Jed and Tracy have just joined us. Good evening, Jed. Good evening, Tracy. I hope all is well with you too. Raring to do battle in tonight's very easy quiz. Nothing too testing tonight. It is quiz number 75 of lockdown. That's an amazing feat. Even it says, what Steve says, oh, I stuck him in the microwave for 20 seconds. Yeah, it makes some sense, that, doesn't it? Oh dear, I remember there's an old sketch, was it on the One Show or something like that, where they put something in the microwave. It's a dreadful thing that was, but never mind. Oh dear. Now do remember, I will be doing a quiz on Sunday for all those that do the Sunday quiz. Obviously some teams do the Wednesday, some do the Sunday. And at any time, do feel free to hit the like button. There is a little like button, and give me the thumbs up just to show you appreciate it or not appreciate the quiz or not. Right, Nathan Mallock. House lockdown, sorry. I hate wrapping effing presents. Yes, I've done quite a lot of that this week. And it's not that much fun, is it really? Especially those triangular boxes, you know, the chocolates or things. Because, well, they're not really triangular. They're a funny shaped box, aren't they? Home Alone just joined us. So, what's that? I live in an advent calendar. It's freezing because almost all the windows are open. Oh dear. We should close them after you, Robin, and be done with it like most people do. Then you can open them all again another day. Carol's just saying, Home Alone here for tonight. So good evening, Carol. I hope you're well prepared. Got the turkey ready and whatever else you've got. I expect you'll have a lovely spread. Who are you having for Christmas Day, Carol? Have you got your mum and dad with you or what? Interesting to know. Matthew saying, top money saving tip for Christmas, guys. Supermarket carrier bags can also be used as gift wrapping. Yes, they can be. Oh dear. Andrew saying, serious floods in Yelvertoft. Good job we're stranded anyway. Well, yes, it doesn't really make any difference, does it? It will ensure that we're all locked down if we're flooded out, I suppose. Not that it's any fun being flooded in any way, shape or form. Right, we've just got a minute to go and then we'll get going. Mike Yates has just joined us. Good evening, Mike. Hope all is well with you. I hope you're going to have a lovely Christmas, all of you, whoever's taking part tonight. What's that? Yeah, there's a good one. At Christmas, I go around kicking shite out of all the homeless people. That way, they all get free food and a warm bed for the nights. See, I'm an angel. Yeah, I'm sure. Oh, dear. That's dreadful, Ian. Dreadful. Right then, everybody. Now, first round, for those that are doing it for the first time, is entitled Wednesday the 23rd. So you need to write down the letters, the initial letters of the word Wednesday, the 2 numbers, 2 and 3, and then the RD at the end. So you should end up with 13. Well, I'm not going to count that, but I think there's 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There are 13 possible answers in the in round number 1. And for the newbies, just write down that your first answer starts with the letter W, E, then D, then N, and so on and so forth. Right then, everybody, are we raring to go? There are 54 of us, 55 taking place so far tonight. So with round 1 coming up, I'll just get it up on my screen. And without further ado, let's get on with this quiz. So I'm sure we're all raring to go. Right then, question number 1. This is a nice, easy one. Since 1896, New Road has been the home ground of which county cricket club? Starts with the letter W. So that will give you some help with the answer. So since 1896, New Road has been the home ground of which county cricket club? Starts with the letter W, remember. So that's number 1. Aha! I thought you might know that one, Sarah. Question number 2. Which business magnate, industrial designer and engineer is the co-founder, CEO, and chairman of the American company SpaceX? I haven't put the chairman in there, but he is. Which business magnate, industrial designer and engineer is the founder, CEO and chairman of the American company SpaceX? 2-word answer. Your first word starts with the letter E. Letter E. Question number 3. This one starts with the letter D. What is the alternative name of the Arabian camel, often identified by its single hump? So question 3 again. What is the alternative name for the Arabian camel, often identified by its single hump? I've never been on one of these. I don't think. I know you have. My wife's been on one, I've never been on one. Kids were on one when we went. Where did we go? Gran Canaria, they've got some of these. Arabian camels in Gran Canaria. Question number 4. It's the hardest one of the round, but it's not that tricky because you've got the letter N to help you out. Starting with the letter N, which Egyptian queen was known for a religious revolution in which she worshipped only one god? Aten. So which Egyptian queen was known for a religious revolution in which she worshipped only one god called Aten? Ian's saying great, yeah, funny same place. Oh well. Right, question 5 is a little phrase that you need to tell me. It's a 4-word phrase. So, although not appearing in any novels, what was the 4-word explanation that Sherlock Holmes gave to his assistant, Dr. Watson, when explaining deductions he'd made? It's very straightforward, which is a bit of a giveaway on the clue there, but never mind. Starting with the letter E, it's a 4-word answer. So, although not appearing in any novels, what was the 4-word explanation that Sherlock Holmes gave to his assistant, Dr. Watson, when explaining deductions he had made? It was rather easy, that one. Oh dear. It's absolutely lashing down. I can hear rain and it's getting very wet out there, but never mind. Not that you know my house, but you can hear rain, which is quite surprising. Right, question number 6. Formed in 1977. From what country do the band Simple Minds hail from? Now that does start with the letter S, which kind of helps a little bit. So formed in 1977. From which country do the band Simple Minds hail from? Starts with the letter S. Right, question number 7, starting with the letter D. This does help. What is the only word in the English language that ends in the letters MT? So question 7 again. What is the only word in the English language that ends with the letters MT? And it's got to start with a D, which will help. What's that? Yeah, I'm sure most quizzes will have had that one before. Question number 8. Starting with the letter A, famous for its carpet manufacturing, what is a market town and civil parish on the eastern border of the county of Devon in England? So question 8 again, famous for its carpet manufacturing, what is a market town and civil parish on the eastern border of the county of Devon in England? I hope I built my foundations deep enough in this house. At least we don't live by a river. There might be a river later, by the sounds of things. Question number 9 starts with the letter Y. With a population approaching 20,000, what is the name of the capital of Canada's Northwest Territories? That's a bit trickier. So with a population approaching 20,000, what is the name of the capital of Canada's Northwest Territories? Right then, question number 10, for those that haven't done the quiz before, this starts with the number 2. It starts with the number 2. Question number 10, dead easy. Which date in December is also known as St. Stephen's Day, a recognised Christian religious holiday? So question 10 again, which date in December is also known as St. Stephen's Day, a recognised Christian religious holiday? Just need the numbers, really, that's all I'm after. And it's got to start with a 2, which helps. And as it's the 23rd at the moment, question 11 starts with the number 3. This is for all you scientists. I'm sure you'll get this one. What is the boiling point of water used in the scientific Kelvin scale of temperature measurement? So question 11, what is the boiling point of water using the scientific Kelvin scale of temperature measurement? That starts with a 3, surprisingly. Now then, for all those that haven't done this before, we rounded off with the R and the D, as in 23rd, R and D. So question number 12, starting with the letter R. This is an interesting one, which I didn't know, but I do now. What is the first name of the character Inspector Lewis in the TV series of the same name? It's going back a bit, but what is the first name of the character Inspector Lewis in the TV series of the same name? I'm getting the rain in stereo. It's hitting that window and it's hitting that window. They're quite a way apart at the moment. And finally, question 13, starting with the letter D. Who was host of BBC's Question Time from January 94 until 2018? One of his most memorable moments, when he accidentally referred to Robin Cook as Robin Cock. Let's see. So question 13, who was host of BBC's Question Time from January 1994 until 2018? One of his most memorable moments was when he accidentally referred to Robin Cook as Robin Cock. And there we have it. That's the end of round 1. Right, I'll just give you a few seconds to make sure you've got an answer to each of those. So for the newbies, just make sure your first letters of each of the answers spell out the words Wednesday the 23rd. That's basically it. Should be 13 possible answers there. Then I'm going to read out all the answers, and I'd like you to put a score in the column, and we'll see how you're all faring after round one. There were a couple of tough ones in there, but there were some straightforward ones as well. Right then, everybody, are we ready to do some marking? Right, New Road has been the county cricket ground of Worcestershire. Number 2 was, of course, Elon Musk. Number 3, I was after the dromedary, that type of humped Arabian camel. Number 4 was the Egyptian queen Nefertiti. That was a little tricky, but I'm sure you will have heard of her. Number 5, that little phrase that he always used to tell Dr. Watson. He used to say, elementary, my dear Watson. Elementary, my dear Watson. Number 6, Simple Minds hail from Scotland. Number 7, the only word in the English language that ends in the letters MT is dreamt, or some derivative of dreamt. Number 8, of course, is Axminster, as in Axminster carpets. Number 9, the capital of Canada's Northwest Territories is a place called Yellowknife. Well done if you got that. Number 10, of course, was the 26th, which is Boxing Day. Number 11, that temperature boiling point on the Kelvin scale is 373. Number 12, the first name of the character Inspector Lewis is Robert. I didn't know that. I only ever knew him as Lewis, but never mind. Yeah, I've forgotten it. Did you? Oh, of course you did. You called him Robbie, didn't you? Now I know. And finally, number 13, of course, was David Dimbleby. Dimbleby will do, but David Dimbleby, that's fine. Right then, everybody, let's see how you've all fared after this round. If you'd like to just drop your scores in the chat column, we'll see how you've all fared after this first round. I'm expecting some very good scores, or possibly not, but we'll see. I worry that the forthcoming lettuce shortage is just the tip of the iceberg. Very good. Sarah and the gang from Worcester off to a fantastic 13 points. Jen and Tracy on 11, got Latham Howes locked down on 10. Michelle and Charlie on 11. Sorry, we've got the Lewises on 10. Mike Yates is on 13. Steve Farnham's on 10. Home Alone 4 on 12. Carrie Michelle on 12. Ian Miller's on 11. PRS are on 13. Anne Anderson's on 11. Mick Roberts is on 12. Clive and Janet from Stockton are on 12. We've got Split the Difference on 13. Famous 5 are on 12. PRS Correction are on 12. Carol Green's on 10. Penny Graham's on 10. Have we got any more scores coming in? I will just explain the next round is a connections round, but unlike normal weeks where I have 9 general knowledge questions, followed by whatever, this time there are 2 connections. So we have four questions followed by a connection, followed by another 4 questions followed by a connection. Generally, yeah, ultra-sensory. Oh dear. Yeah, right. PRS, Penny Graham, where are we? Oh, Ian, where are we? Harry, Julian, Ian, and Shiraz are on 10. We got Pink and Perky also on 10. Grandkids on 11, and Leslie Barrett's on 11. Well done, everybody. Ian's just put, I preferred it went on round 4. James Haughty, Spoonrise James Hunt, Jeremy Hunt, sorry, the culture secretary, as Jeremy C. Hunt, the culture secretary. Yes, very clever. I think you need to read that easily. It's not as easy for me to pronounce that, but never mind. Right, 2 sets of general knowledge questions, 4 and then another 4, and I will ask for a connection between the well, I'll say as we go along. It's pretty straightforward. Number 5 and 10 ask for a connection between them. So here we go. Question number 1. My Favourite Things is a song from which 1959 Rodgers and Hammerstein musical, which was later adapted for a 1965 film. So question 1 again, My Favourite Things is a song from which 1959 Rodgers and Hammerstein musical, which was later adapted for a 1965 film. Most people will know it by the film title. Question number 2. What is the collective noun used to describe a group of rhinoceroses even. So what is the collective noun used to describe a group of rhinoceroses? You could just put rhinos, but that's wrong. Oh, I see. I could have just said rhinos. Yeah, I could, couldn't I? Ian's just saying, I got a broken drum for Christmas. You can't beat it. That's dreadful, Ian. Oh, dear. So we've all got that collective noun for a group of rhinos. So question number 3. Linguistics is the scientific study of what, including its structure, grammar, syntax, and phonetics? Just a one-word answer I'm after. So linguistics is the scientific study of what, which includes its structure, grammar, syntax, and phonetics. It is noisy in here tonight. I've never known it quite so bad. I've got triple glazed windows, both ends, and they're both making a noise. It's normally completely silent. Question number 4. According to the book of Genesis, which epic event took place when Noah had reached the age of 600 years old? So according to the book of Genesis, which epic event took place when Noah had reached the age of 600 years old? Little Nick here. I'll play a quick tune while you're thinking of that one. And of course, what I need to know is what is the connection between the previous 4 answers? It's just a one-word connection I need, which will connect to each of those answers. Maybe if you look and find the connection, you'll be able to work out the one you've got missing. My wife called me stupid earlier. I replied, "You're no rocket surgeon yourself." Oh, that's very funny, Matthew. I like that one. Oh dear. Simple and straightforward. Oh dear. So basically, there's a one-word connection with each of those answers. Right, then I will give you a little bit more time at the end of the round. So let's crack on with question number 6. In the official series of James Bond films, who has been the oldest actor to play James Bond? So question 6 again, in the official series of James Bond films, who has been the oldest actor to play James Bond? I used to like him. Not everybody did. Question number 7, pretty straightforward. Between 2006 and 2008, Nestle, which used to be called Nestles, of course, replaced blue-coloured Smarties with ones of which other colour to effectively get rid of artificial food colourings? Oh no, have you got a connection problem, Leslie? It's probably all this blooming brain and whatever. Let me just have a little look, see what the... it's fairly stable at the moment. Fairly stable, I think. You could try rejoining, Leslie. The button at the bottom, you can just reflash it and see what happens. Sorry if you're having problems. It does seem fairly stable, though, the count. So question 7 again. Between 2006 and 2008, Nestle replaced blue coloured Smarties with ones of which other colour to effectively get rid of artificial food colourings? What's that? It could be the weather, Leslie. It could be a connection outside your house. You never know. Surprised the internet's working at all tonight, to be fair. I mean, you go outside my house, we've got this bit of wire that dangles across to this box up a telegraph pole thing. And at the top, where it's all the wires are going in, there's a plastic cover, and the plastic cover's blowing off, so it's never going to be very good like that, but never mind. Seems to be working all right. I seem to get good internet, for nothing else. Right, question number 8. Initially intended as 4 shows in Manchester, whose 2010 stand-up show called The Tour That Doesn't Tour toured 11 cities and earned in the Guinness World Record for the most successful stand-up comedy tour ever? What's that from Matthew? The salesman said, "This sofa will seat 5 people without any problems." Screw that, I thought. Where am I supposed to find 5 people without any problems? Oh dear. So question 8 again. Initially intended as 4 shows in Manchester, whose 2010 stand-up show called The Tour That Doesn't Tour toured 11 cities and earned him the Guinness World Record for the most successful stand-up comedy tour ever. That must be the most tours in a sentence. The tour that doesn't toured. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all in one sentence. Question number 9. What was the name of Frank and Betty's daughter in the TV series Some Mothers Do Have 'Em? What was the name of Frank and Betty's daughter in the TV series Some Mothers Do Have 'Em? And of course, question number 10, what is the connection between the previous 4 answers? So just look at each of your 4 answers and think of something that might connect them. That's, of course, as if you've got them right. For all you that haven't done connections rounds before, it's normally just a word that connects them. Could be a letter that connects them, but normally it's a word or something that will connect each of your previous answers. Right, I'll give you a minute. Are you still working on those, aren't you? Yeah, well, wife's working on them. I'll let you all work on them. I don't want to put you out of misery. I'm trying to. I was asked some questions about Father Christmas the other night. Well, I did ask some questions about Father Christmas. Of course, he used to be in green traditionally. In British, he was green, but it became red. I don't know when it became red. I did write it down the other day, and I've forgotten. It was 1800 and something or other. Bit like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. He was invented by some American. But never mind, for some advertising campaign. Oh dear. Right then, everybody, do remember, do have a great Christmas. I'm sure you're all going to stay in. There seem to be loads of booze in the supermarkets. Even if we do run out of broccoli, iceberg lettuce and various citrus fruits, you will be pleased to know there seems to be enough beer to keep us going well into the new year. So if all the pubs are locked down, at least the supermarkets should have plenty of supplies. But, what's that? You getting too hot? We're getting too hot. Well, you turned the things down, didn't you? Won't we get any hotter now? The wife's getting too hot. Must be too hot. But it's going cold tonight, isn't it? Steady 22 degrees in here. It always is 22 degrees. 21, 22. Right, does anybody need any more time? Do feel free in the chat column to say, yes, we need a little bit more time to work this connection out. If, however, you're all happy, don't bother putting anything in. I'll leave it 30 seconds, and if I haven't had any replies, we'll go straight on with some answers. Ian said, I've got plenty of whiskies. Excellent. I'll have to pop round for a quick one. No, that's a bit unfair. It's always nice to have things in there. I thought the rain was supposed to be easing off a bit, you know. It seemed to have stopped at about 6 or 7 tonight, but since we've started the quiz, it's been lashing down. Right then, everybody, here we go. Let's go through the answers to this 2 sets of Connection Jam. Question number 1, of course, my favourite things was from musical and the film The Sound of Music. Number 2, the collective noun for to describe a group of rhinos is a crash of rhinos. Number 3, linguistics is the scientific study of language. And number 4, according to the book of Genesis, the epic event that took place was the Great Flood. And of course, the one word that connects those is barrier or barriers. Sound barrier, crash barrier, language barrier, and flood barrier. So the word barrier connected all those. So give yourself an extra point if you got that. Question number 6 in the official series of James Bond film. The oldest was Roger Moore, apparently. Then we had Smarties. They got rid of the colouring altogether, and they were white. They were white Smarties. Not that's a colour, I know. But there we have it. They were white. Number 8, the tour that doesn't tour that toured 11 cities was Peter Kay's tour. Number 9, of course, she was called Jessica, Frank and Betty's daughter. And, of course, the one thing that connects Jessica with Peter, with White and Roger, is a rabbit. So Roger Rabbit, the White Rabbit, Peter Rabbit, and Jessica Rabbit. So it was rabbits I wanted for the connection for the second set. So well done if you got that. Now, for any newbies that haven't put their scores up so far, haven't put their scores up, you add your total score, because I can't be adding them up. So I need all teams to add their own scores up. So you should be now at the point of scoring about 20 or 21 or 22 if you're really doing well. So, or if you're not doing so well, 10, you know. But we'll see. Let's just see how we're all faring. So Anne Anderson straight in with 21, as is Home Alone 4 on 21. Well done. What's that? Martin saying, oops, engrossed in a film. Tina said it's Wednesday. Sorry, sir, late. Oh, never mind, Martin. Michelle's on 21. We've got Sarah on 22. PRS on 22. Jen Tracy on 19. Ian Miller's on 19. Steve Hills and Dexter on 15. We've Carol Getting on 20. Doing very well there. Andrew and Jane Lewis on 14. Sorry. Pinky and Perker on 17. Carrie Mitchell's doing well on 20. Mick Roberts. How about course for first? What's that? How about course for first connection? Right, Famous Fiver on 22. Clive and Janet from Stockton on 18. We've got Latham House Lockdown 19. Penny Graham's on 15. Split the Difference on 21. Harry Julian and his bottle of Shiraz are on 18. Not plugged in tonight. Never mind, it'll come. I saw Harry this afternoon. He was looking very merry, but never mind. Mick Roberts is on 21, and Graham's on a fantastic 17 points. Well played, Graham. Yeah, those connections aren't that easy, but never mind. It's great to see so many people taking part. I know it's midweek, it's a Wednesday, it's horrible weather outside, but what else could we be doing? Right then, round number 3 is an initial letter link. An initial letter link, basically you take the initial letter of each of your answers, and when we get to question number 10, I'll ask you to rearrange those letters, and they should spell out a word. They should spell out a word. It's a type of anagram, yes, question number 10. So here we go then, dead easy to start you off. Question number 1, I gave you a warmer-upper for this one the other day. Oh, Mike Yates has come in with a 17. Well done, Mike. Right then, here we go. Question number 1, round 3, initial letter link. With a drop taller than the Burj Khalifa and situated in Venezuela, what is the name of the world's highest waterfall? Yeah, it could actually. Music course, crash course, language course, and flood course. Yes, I suppose it could be, Robin. Oh, of course it could. Oh, of course it could. It's kind of slightly more tenuous, but yes, it's passable. Question number 2 is an anagram. Tight swerve, that's T-I-G-H-T, S-W-E-R-V-E, tight even. Tight swerve is an anagram of which radio DJ who currently works on BBC's Radio 2 on weekday afternoons? That kind of gives it away a bit. So tight swerve is an anagram of which radio DJ who currently works on BBC Radio 2 on weekday afternoons? That's because he can't be bothered to get up in the mornings anymore. That's what it's all about. BBC have always had it so that if you start on anything like Radio 1, Radio whatever you start on, you've got to be the one first up for the breakfast show because nobody else wants to do it. Eventually, you get to be like Terry Wogan or whatever, and then you can end up doing it at any time in the afternoon, you know. Makes a lot more sense. Right, question number 3. Listen carefully. This was off the chase a year or two ago. A silly question. Which of these is a song from the musical version of the Canterbury Tales? I'll give you the choice. Is it They Have a Regal Rooster? Or is it We Had a Majestic Goose? Or is it I Had a Noble Cock? Oh dear. It's probably best if Lydia puts that one down. So which of these songs is from the musical version of the Canterbury Tales? Was it They Have a Regal Rooster, We Have a Majestic Goose, or I Had a Noble Cock? I was talking to my sister-in-law that does my cousin-in-law, yeah, that does the quiz on a Sunday, and she was saying she balks at some of my questions when they're a bit on the rude side, but never mind. Question number 4, listen carefully. Who was the first footballer to score 100 goals in the English Premier League? 2-word answer I'm after. Take the first letter of his first name. That's what I want. So who was the first footballer to score 100 goals in the English Premier League? Very famous footballer. Often you see him now as a bit of a pundit, you know, as they all seem to do these days. Hasn't he? It's come up on mine. Oh. It appears, Carol, and it's funny that is because it's come up on mine, it's come up on Lydia's. Question 3, I think the word cock has kind of cocked it up a bit. Do make sure you're on live chat. Whether that makes any difference, I don't know. Are you on live chat? Yes, sometimes words are filtered out. It depends on your settings. You may have your you may have your settings set too high. I might say he didn't see question 3 either. It's because it's got the word cock in it. Tell you what, Lids, post it again without the word cock and we'll see whether it goes on. It's showing on mine, yeah. It would show on yours, Robin. You have no filtering on yours, I'm sure. It's showing on mine as well. It hasn't on my wife's. Has that got? Oh yes, has that got on? Now, has everybody got that? Carol, have you got that one? See it now. I tell you what, it's filtering. It's getting a bit too much, isn't it? Filtering. Dear, dear, dear. If they can't allow the word cock, there's got to be far worse than that, surely. Never mind. I think Lids is going to have to know that. What the hell? Must be an algorithm there working it out for it. Short, yeah, God knows. Never mind. Right, question number 5. Listen carefully. What type of food has a name that is often shortened to the name of an Irish county? So what type of food has a name that is often shortened to the name of an Irish county? What will plumbers do? Matthew says, I can see the cock. Oh dear, oh dear. Well, for all you men that can see the cock, you've obviously got your settings switched off, you know. Oh dear. Oh God. That set him off, hasn't it? Do feel free to put rude comments in the chat and see whether it works. Nothing to, no, we don't want anything like that. No, I don't want to encourage it. No, because I'll get banned. Can you see Uranus? Not tonight, it's raining. Actually, talking of that, I got a great photograph of not Uranus, of Saturn and Jupiter. They were at their closest the other night. I'll try and show you on my camera. You can actually see the rings of Saturn. Got this telescope, you see, for my for my grandkids, and I've been using it, just testing it out. Let me just see. Hang on, photos. I'll see whether I can find it. Look at this. Isn't that an exciting photograph? Look at that. The one at the top, you see, that's Saturn. The one at the bottom's not Uranus, Jupiter. Now, you can actually see the rings on it, but you won't be able to on there. It's not high definition of my camera, but never mind. Anyway, just a bit of an interest. Right, here we go then. Question number 6. Which American state capital's name translates in English as red stick? It's a nice, easy one, really, if you think about it. So, which American state capital's name translates to English as red stick? Don't want to see your ring, thanks. Oh dear. Very, very small here, and I have to say. Oh dear. Even in a big telescope, Saturn's rings are fairly small, so, well, they are from here anyway. Question number 7. The griffin is a mythical creature with the head and wings of an eagle and the body, tail, and back legs of what? So question 7 again. The griffin is a mythical creature with the head and wings of an eagle and the body, tail, and back legs of a what? Yeah, I was teaching my granddaughter that the other night. We went out to Coombe Abbey and got 2 of them sat astride these steps. And she said, "What's that, Grandad?" I said, "I don't know." No, I did. Question number 8. Cool Original, Chili Heatwave, and Tangy Cheese are varieties of which brand of snack food? So Cool Original, Chili Heatwave, and Tangy Cheese are varieties of which brand of snack food? What's Matthew put? Matthew's just said, Santa's elf goes to the doctors and he says, "I'm feeling down, feeling low all the time." Doctor replies, "Seems like you've got low self-esteem." That is dreadful, Matthew. Question number 9. Also the name of a BBC TV channel for Scottish Gaelic speakers. What is the Gaelic name for Scotland? It's a one-word answer. So also the name of a BBC TV channel for Scottish Gaelic speakers. What is the Gaelic name for Scotland? One-word answer. Right then, listen carefully. You take the first letters of the first words in the previous 9 answers and they can be rearranged to spell the name of which capital city. So I'm after a capital city. Obviously, it's 9 letters long. And you've just got to rearrange your previous 9 answers. I will give you a minute to do that because they're always a bit tricky and you might find you've made 1 or 2 mistakes. So question 10 again. The first letters of the first words in the previous 9 answers can be rearranged to spell the name of which capital city? I'll give you a bit of a clue. It's on the banned lists of places that British travellers can go to at the moment. So it's about one of 40 countries, 50 countries. And still the rain comes down. So Penny was telling me that is it the whole of Essex that's now gone into lockdown? I think Northamptonshire's gone into tier 3, which won't help them. In fact, I think most of the country's basically, there's no, even Cornwall's gone into tier 2 now, hasn't it? Who's Carroll is from Cornwall, isn't it, Carroll? Yes, Cornish tykes. So Cornwall's into tier 2. That's not quite so severe, but it does mean you now, if you go to the pub, you're going to have a meal. Great. Makes it difficult if you just want to go in for a quick pint. You have to get the local pub to do Scotch eggs. They seem to be pass as a full hearty meal. Yes, tier 2 on Saturday. Great. I think are you the last remaining? Well, you must be. Don't really. I know. Was it Hereford went down to? Did they go to 2 or 1? They're back up to 2 again. Yeah. I don't think anybody's on 1 anymore, are they? Somebody's going to correct me. Is there anywhere in the UK now that's still in tier 1 or no tier at all? Maybe the Isle of Anglesey or something. I don't know. Don't be silly. Right, how are we getting on with this connection then? Everybody got it? Yes, silly Isles, that's what I thought. Silly question, really, isn't it? I wonder whether they are, I don't know. Probably means people can't travel there, though, can they? Well, they're not supposed to. I don't know. God knows. Makes it very tricky to travel around at all at the moment. But there we go. When we first locked down, the whole country locked down properly. There was no transport at all. And everybody stayed at home, and we went out on our bikes, which you could do, and the roads were really completely clear. It was really good fun. Right, then let's go through the answers. I know the Isle of Wight was going up to tier something, wasn't it? They're the only one in tier 1 at the moment. Oh, Scilly Isles. Yeah. Scilly Isles, Isle of Wight, and Cornwall at the moment are all in tier 1, but they're all going up to tier 2. Dear. Isle of Wight going up to tier 3. Right, now we've got some definitive answers. Let me give you some definitive answers. Here we go then. This is to the initial letter link with a drop taller than the Burj Khalifa, situated in Venezuela. The name of the world's highest waterfalls are the Angel Falls, of course. I gave you an A. Who was that tight swerve? Of course, was Steve Wright. Steve Wright in the afternoon. Number 3, of course, it had to be I Had a Noble Cock. That was in the musical version of the Canterbury Tales even. Number 4 was Alan Shearer. Well done if you got Alan Shearer. Number 5 was mayonnaise or mayo, type of food that was named a shortened name and is also an Irish county. That's Mayo. Number 6, of course, Red Stick. It's derived from French for Baton Rouge. That state capital. Number 7, the Griffin, of course, has the head and wings of an eagle and the body and tail and the back legs of a lion. Number 8, I was after Doritos. Number 9, Alba is the original name for, the Gaelic name, sorry, for Scotland, Alba. And finally, number 10, if you the first letters in the previous 9 answers, they can be rearranged to spell the name of Islamabad. Islamabad. So well done if you got Islamabad. I think travel to Islamabad at the moment is barred. Right then, everybody, let's have some scores in. See how they've all fared. We are 3 rounds in. Round number 4 tonight is going to be a rhyming answers. You'll like this one. Rhyming pairs, really. Rhyming answers. Right, we've got Michelle with 31 points. Sarah, Russ. Is it Joe and James tonight? All 4 of you there tonight on a fantastic 32 points. Jen and Tracy are on 27. We've got Ian Miller on 27. Hilary, Steve and Dexter the Dog are on 23. Andrew and Jane Lewis are on 21. We've got PRS on 32 points. For what it's worth, after one round, 10 points. Well done, Martin. Carol Green, 27 points. Carol Jackson on a fantastic home line for her on 30 points. Well done. Latham House Lockdown on 25. Diane Pinky and Perky, they're saying no. Right, okay. Mick Roberts is on 31. Clive and Janet from Stockshire on 26. Carrie Mitchell's on 28 points. We've got some good scores in here. Hillary, famous fiver, on 32 points. That's more like it. Faye's just joined us, so the Booby Girls have joined us. I know they've been doing a charity quiz earlier tonight, so great to see you, Faye. Thanks for joining us for the last few rounds. We've got Mike Yates on 26, split the difference from 33 points. Graham Kidd's on 22. Well done, Graham. No N in Islamabad. Oh. Oh dear. Jackie Skip, hi Nick and Lydia. Oh, hi Jackie. Ad Anderson's on 27. Hi Fine Jackie, hope you're all well. Right, great to see that. No N in it. Where did your N come from? I didn't have an N in there, did I? Maybe I did, I don't know. No. You must have had an M. Benny Graham on 21. Well done, Benny. Right then, everybody. Round number 4, they're rhyming answers. So they're all 2-word answers. Every single one of these is a 2-word answer. You'll like these. You've just got to think of rhyming pairs. And there was me scratching my head to come up with some of these. I did find 1 or 2 on the internet, but there wasn't a definitive site that found them all, so I had to do it all my own. So, for instance, the answer might be Scritti Politti, or it might be Pinky. No, it won't be Pinky Perky. Pinky Blink. No, it couldn't. Anyway, Pinky and Stinky. Yes, Stinky and Pinky. You get the idea. Right then, here we go. Let's see how you fare with this little lot. Stupid round, really, but there you go. They're all rhyming and they're all 2-word answers. So question number 1, according to the titles of a 1973 play by Christopher Bond and a Stephen Sondheim musical, that was based on it, Sweeney Todd was the demoned barber of where? So I'm after a 2-word answer, and they've got to rhyme. So according to the titles of a 1973 play by Christopher Bond and a Stephen Sondheim musical that was based upon it, Sweeney Todd was the demoned barber of where? And if there's any help, it's not Birmingham. It's a 2-word answer. Hey. Question number 2. Listen carefully. What phrase is often used to describe the immigration of highly trained or qualified people from a particular country? So what phrase is often used to describe the immigration of highly trained or qualified people from a particular country? Two-word answer. Think carefully. You'll get that one. Question number 3 is a bit of a daft one, but never mind. What was a type of clown common at fairs in England during the 19th century? The name is linked to a London street entertainer called William Barlow, whose act included playing the part of a fool or an idiot. So what was the type of clown common at fairs in England during the 19th century? The name is linked to a London street entertainer called William Barlow. That kind of gives it away a bit. Whose act included playing the part of a fool or idiot. This is making you think, isn't it? You're thinking out. You got them all. As soon as it clicks, you get it. You think, oh, God, Yes, of course, that's so obvious. Right, question number 4 goes back a bit. What can be an exclamation used by magicians? It's also the name of a 1971 hit by the Dutch band Focus. So what can be an exclamation used by magicians? It is also the name of a 1971 hit single by Dutch group Focus. And a good single it was by any standards. Remember it well. I'm sure Ian Miller will remember that. And Robin Miller will remember it. Question number 5 is probably the most tricky to work out, but I'm sure you might be able to work this one out. What name is given to a device specifically designed to be used by a canine scatologist? Sing it for Robbie. Well, I could play the guitar part. Yeah, you see, greatest bit of rock music ever recorded. Question number 5 again, listen carefully. What name is given to a device specifically designed to be used by a canine scatologist? It's a good word, that is. That was used during the Gulf War by Stormin Norman. Although he was on about bovine scatology, wasn't it? Come on, all you dog owners, I'm sure you'll all know that one, surely. Question number 6. Which song by Little Richard has a title that means all fruits in Italian? So question 6, which song by Little Richard has a title that means all fruits in Italian? All you sweet lovers should get that one. Right then, put you back on track. Pretty straightforward, this one. Question number 7. Developed by Motorola and used in World War II, the SCR-300 was the first portable two-way radio transceiver to become commonly known as what? So developed by Motorola and used in World War II, the SCR-300 was the first portable two-way radio receiver to become commonly known as what? I remember having one of those for my birthday on Christmas in 1964. You've got 3 transistors in it, and I managed to blow them up. I know I connected them the wrong way around. That's probably because I didn't realise I wasn't taking much notice. And I was only about 6 or 7 or something, but never mind. Right then, question number 8. Which former British colony has a name that means fragrant harbour? It was on the chase the other night, that one, so I can't go far wrong with that. So which former British colony has a name that means fragrant harbour? One gift for a 26-year-old. Oh dear. No, I was only about 6 at the time, managed to knacker it, but never mind. As Ian will tell you, I also managed to knacker something at the age of 60, you know, because he helped me sort it out. I've managed to sort that one out as well, hadn't I, Ian? That was a bit of duff soldering on that one, but never mind. Question number 9. Let's hope this one doesn't get barred as well. Banned by some schools in New Jersey as they were too distracting for the 8th grade boys, what name is given to a woman's tight-fitting strapless top made of stretchy material? Do remember all these answers are just 2-word answers and they've got to rhyme. So banned by some schools in New Jersey as they were too distracting for the 8th grade boys. What name is given to a woman's tight-fitting strapless top made of stretchy material? What's that? Why a transceiver not a remitter? Good question. I don't know why they call them transceivers. I presume they could receive and transmit. I don't know. And finally, question number 10. What portmanteau is often used to describe a light-hearted film genre centered on romantic ideals such as true love and is able to surmount most obstacles? Bit dull, says Roy. Yeah, these are, well, of course, each one of these you've got to try and think of, haven't you, Roy? Sorry, mate. I'll try. This one is perhaps a bit dull. I hope you got the Alan Shearer one in the last round. Right, question number 10 again. What portmanteau is often used to describe a light-hearted film genre centered on romantic ideals such as true love and is able to surmount most obstacles? I'll put easy in there. You don't need easy. Such as true love. It should be that is able. And that's a 2-word answer. I'm sure we've all watched those films at one time or another. So it's, those films are called. Yeah, sorry, Roy. Perhaps it was a bit dull. But each of those takes a little bit of working out, so you can all be shouting at each other. Come on, we know that one. We don't know that one. It gets less dull. You're all right, Roy. Yeah, I've had worse rounds. Don't worry about it, Roy. They can get worse. Well, the rain's beginning to ease off. It doesn't seem to be hammering down quite so much on both my windows. Normally we have rain hammering down on my west-facing window, but tonight it's been on both west and east. And while it's washing the solar roof, which has got to be good, gives it a good douse and cleans off all the dust. Not that we've got any dust at this time of year. Right then, everybody, do we need any more time? Just put in the chat column if you need any more time. If not, I will quickly press the button on little Nick. He can sing Jingle Bells. And then we'll go through the answers to this round. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. But what you didn't know, Martin, is I had guttering fitted to the house, but obviously only on the north and south-facing parts. We didn't have it on the east and west because they're kind of flat bits, you know. You can't have guttering down the side. Right, here we go then. According to the titles of Sondheim musicals, Sweeney Todd was the demon barber, of course, of Fleet Street. Fleet Street. Number 2, the immigration of highly trained brains is called the brain drain. The brain drain. Number 3, of course, that type of clown is a silly Billy. A silly Billy, named after William Barlow, of course. Billy being William Billy, silly Billy. Well done if you worked that out. Hocus Pocus was the name of that hit single by Focus. Hocus Pocus by Focus. Number 3, that was a tricky one. Canine scatologists may use a poop scoop. A poop scoop. Well done if you worked that one out. Little Richard has a title that means all fruits in Italian. That's Tutti Frutti. I was after the walkie-talkie, of course, that transceiver. Number 8, which former British colony name is named after Fragrant Harbour? That's Hong Kong. Number 9, of course, is a boob tube, that women's tight-fitting strapless top. And finally, number 10, it's known as a rom-com or a romantic comedy, basically. A rom-com. So well done if you got those. Right then, everybody, let's have some scores in, see how they've all fared. Do remember, hit the like button if you do like the quiz. If you don't like it, you can always hit the other button. And we've straight in PRS with a fantastic 42 points. Well played, PRS. They're doing well tonight. Martin Davis now, after 2 rounds, you could double that score, Martin, and add 1. And then divide by 3 and add 4. But Michelle and Sarah, sorry, what have we got? Sarah, Russ, Joe and James are on 41. We've got Michelle and Charlie on 41. We've got Andrew and Jane on 30. Carol Green's on 35. Mike Yates is on 33. And Miller's on 36. Carrie Mitchell, 36 points. I'm Janet from Stockton on 36. Got Mick Roberts on 40. That's a great score, Mick. Jen and Tracy on 35. Pinky and Perky on 36. Home Alone 4 doing very well on 40 points. Hillary, Steve, and Dexter the dog on 33. We've got Latham House Lockdown on 33. Split the difference on 41 points. We've got Graham Kidd now on 31 points. Well played, Graham. The Famous Five are on 42. Jackie Skip, the Booby Prize Girls are on 8. Oh, that's, of course, they've only done 1 round. Anne Anderson's on 37. Well done, Anne. And Penny's on 29 points. So we've got some pretty good scores in there. So we've got 42 from the Famous Five. We've got a 41 from Split Difference, so 40 from Home Alone. We've got a 41 from Michelle. We've got 41 from Sarah and a 42 from PRS. So it's all pretty close tonight. Round number 5 is a straightforward trivia trail where the last letter of your first answer is the first letter of the next answer. You'll get the idea as we go along. So question number 1, are we all ready? Eyes down, look in. I'll just make sure there's no more scores coming right. Oh, yes, there is. There's Harry, Julie, Ian, and his bottle of Shiraz on a fantastic 30 points. So we'll play them. Now, round 5, as I said, is a trivia trail. So you take the last letter of your first answer, and it's the first letter of your next answer. Right, question number 1, according to the nursery rhyme. On what day of the week did Solomon Grundy get worse? So according to the nursery rhyme, on what day of the week did Solomon Grundy get worse? So you've got to read through it. The Solomon Grundy thing's a way of remembering the... I used to teach it to children to try and remember the days of the week, of course. So as a child, if you learnt the rhyme, it was very helpful. With the quizzes that you do now that you're getting on a bit like me. It's always useful having a bit of nursery rhyme knowledge when it comes to quizzing. Question number 2. Now, do take the last letter of that day of the week. There's a lot of them that start with the same letter. Well, no, there's a few of them end with. There's a few of them start with the same letter, end with the same letter. Take the last letter of that one. It's the first letter of this answer. Derived from the Latin, auscultation is the medical name for which common involuntary reflex seen in humans and many animal species. Something I do quite often. So derived from and that probably doesn't mean a lot. So derived from the Latin, auscultation is the medical name for which common involuntary reflex seen in humans and many animal species. My wife is auscultating as we speak. Will you stop it? She's auscultating at me. Right, take the... Yeah, sorry, I am trying to keep it clean, Ian. Take the last letter of that answer, and it's the first letter of this answer. Reigning for a total of 21,644 days. Who was the longest reigning king of England? I'll give you a full point if you can include his regnal number, but only a half point for his name. But of course, his name comes first, so we need the name. Now, you take the last letter of his name. Take the last letter of his name, and it's the first letter of question number 4. So question number 4, literally meaning lightning in French. That's a good one, isn't it? Because we had that in German the other day, as I recall, Blitzen. What is an oblong pastry made with choux dough, filled with cream and topped with chocolate icing? although it can be filled with lots of different things, but never mind. So question 4, literally meaning lightning in French. What is an oblong pastry made with choux dough, filled with cream and topped with chocolate icing? We all love them. Well, most people love them. Especially if they've got fresh cream in them. There's nothing better. Right, take the last letter of the name of that, and it's the first letter of this answer. According to the old proverb, all roads lead to which European capital city? So question 5, according to the old proverb, all roads lead to which European capital city? They probably did at one time. In fact, they probably still do. It started raining heavily again. We're going to be flooded. It could be the beginning of the great flood. Maybe the Lord's looking down on the plague, going to get rid of it with a great flood. I can see it coming. Oh, sorry, yeah, a bit too biblical that, I understand, but never mind. Question number 6, the constellation Aquila. It's a good one, isn't it? Straddles the celestial equator. But which bird does it represent? It was the bird that carried Zeus's thunderbolts in Greek mythology. So question number 6 again, the constellation Aquila straddles the celestial equator. But which bird does it represent? It was the bird that carries Zeus's thunderbolts in Greek mythology. Just the name of the bird, type of bird. Take the last letter of that bird, and it's the first letter of number 7. Represented by an uppercase letter H, what is the 7th letter of the Greek alphabet? Ian's saying the fields at Bretford are flooding. I bet they are. Yeah, it won't be long before, because we went over that bridge at, was it Bretford? Yeah, it was, wasn't it? We went over the bridge at Bretford last Thursday, and it was pretty much right up to the river was just about flooded then. So we've had some pretty heavy rain since. So I expect that will all be flooded, that area. So represented by an uppercase letter H, what is the 7th letter of the Greek alphabet? Right, what's everybody on tonight? Is anybody on some good beer or not? I'm on 12 days again from Hook Norton. That's doing me. My wife is on some Titanic plum porter and something else I can't make out. Ian says he's on boring coffee. Are you driving tonight, Ian? You're not going out in this, surely. Get the whiskey out. It makes sense. Although you're probably trying to Hobgoblin, said Martin. I've got a bottle of Hobgoblin in the fridge there, ready to go, Martin. Actually, it was very cheap, the Hobgoblin. I did have to try. They got some. Sorry about the when you're doing the quiz. I did have to try one of Banksy's bottles of Banksy's bitter. They got it at Aldi's at 89 pence for 500 litres. Big bottle for 89p. And I thought, that's worth trying. I tried it and it was absolutely awful. So that's probably why it was at the ridiculous price of 89 pence, but never mind. Matthew says he's on Mad Goose for me. Claire's enjoying a Black Russian. I bet she is. Where is she? Up in the bedroom? Sorry. Dreadful. Jen and Tracy, whiskey and brandy for Tracy. Berry gin, all very nice. Atomic and Bev's on Bailey's. Excellent. Well done, Mick. Fancy. And blackcurrant juices. Blackcurrant juice. Dear God. Right then, where have I got to? Right. Take the last letter of that Greek letter, and it's the first letter of this king that I want. Which king, on the run from the Vikings, took refuge in the home of a peasant woman? Asked to watch her cakes, but distracted by his problems, he let the cakes burn and was roundly scolded by the woman. Michelle says she's on G&T. Lydia says I'm on peach. Peach juice? Peach juice? No alcohol in it. So question 8 again. Which king on the run from the Vikings took refuge in the home of a peasant woman? asked to watch her cakes, apparently, but distracted by his problems, he let the cakes burn and was roundly scolded by the woman. 3-word answer, just in case you want to know. Obviously his first name is the same as the last letter of previous answer. So take the last letter of his title, whatever it is, and it's the first letter of question number 9, which surprisingly is some kind of drink. What is a regionally distilled alcoholic drink made from the blue agave plant, primarily in an area surrounding the city of the same name in the Mexican state of Jalisco? Must I'm thinking Perkins, stout from the 7 Stars. Oh no, never mind. I'm sure it's great. Ah well, we've all got to have beer. It was surprising because I was doing the Rotary car park in town in Rugby. I was just manning it the other day, and right next to the Merchants Inn, which is obviously one of my rivals, they got a drive through. Unfortunately, in 2 hours I was stood there, nobody had driven through, but never mind. It's a bit of a nightmare though, isn't it, trying to do takeouts and whatever. Oh well, here we go then. Question 9 again. What is a regionally distilled alcoholic drink made from the blue agave plant, primarily in the area surrounding the city of the same name in the Mexican state of Jalisco? Was that plenty cheap turkeys tomorrow at Asda, and other meats will be yellow labelling in the morning? Ooh. Well, there you go. Anybody that wants a cheap turkey, down to Asda in the morning. Well, good, well spotted, Ian. Oh, you work there, do you? Well done. Oh, good. I better go and buy one for next week as well, then, Ange. Might as well eat turkey because we're not going to have any cauliflower and broccoli, are we? And finally, take the last letter of that distilled alcoholic drink, and it's the first letter of question number 10. Originally derived from Latin and then French, what is another alcoholic drink taken before a meal to stimulate the appetite, apparently? So originally derived from Latin and then French, what is an alcoholic drink taken before a meal to stimulate the appetite? And if you take the last letter of that 1-word answer, it will take you all the way back to the first letter of number 1. For those that haven't, oops, I'm going to sneeze. Sorry about that. So last letter of question number 10 will take you back to the first letter of question number 1, or answer to number 1 even. So for those that haven't done a trivia trial before, last letter, first letter, last letter, first letter, it zigzags all the way down to the bottom, and then it goes back up to the top. Most people like a trivia trial. It gives you a good help all the way down. If you get lost halfway through, you can normally pick it up as you go. Right then, everybody. We won't hang about too long after that round. Let's do some marking and see how we fare. Right, are we ready to do some marking, everybody? Right, here we go then. Question number 1, according to the nursery rhyme, what day of the week did Solomon Grundy get worse? He got worse on Friday. I think he then died on Saturday and then was buried on Sunday, something like that. Poor old Solomon Grundy. Number 2, that gave you the Y, of course, for that involuntary oscitation is yawning. That gave you the G for George, as in George the Third, for an extra half point. Half point for George, half a point for the third. That gave you the E for the eclair, of course, literally meaning lightning in French. Doesn't sound as good as blitzen, does it? Sounds far better in German, to be fair. That gave you the R for the European capital city. All roads lead to Rome. That gave you the E for the eagle. That gave you another E, of course, for Eta, which is the 7th letter of the Greek alphabet. Eta, E-T-A. That in turn gave you the A for Alfred the Great, guy that was watching her cakes, apparently. That gave you the T, of course, for tequila. That in turn gave you the A for aperitif, an aperitif, which is a stimulant to stimulate the appetite, apparently. Oh, phase on Hop House. Hop House is a lovely bit. Right then, everybody, let's have some scores in, see how we fare before we go into the last round, which tonight is just general trivia, so you all stand a chance if you're there or thereabouts. So Michelle and Charlie are on a fantastic 51 points, well played them. Jen and Tracy on 45, we've got Carol Green on 44, they're doing very well. PRS on 52, that might be a commanding lead at the moment. Sarah, Russ, Joe and James are on 51 points, well played them. We've got Andrew Lewis on 39.5. Well done, Andrew. Martin Davis is now on 29 after missing a couple of rounds. Hilary Stevens and Dexter on 42. I bet Dexter's asleep now, isn't he? The team captain. Mick Roberts, 49 points. That's some good going, that is, Mick. Clive and Janet from Stockton on 46. Ian Miller's on 43. Carrie Mitchell's on 45. We've got Split the Difference on 51 points. We've got Pinky and Perky on 45.5. The famous five doing very well tonight on 52 points. Anne Anderson's on 46. We've got the Booby Prize Girls only just started on 17.5 points. Life and Death IPA, Leslie Barrett on 45. How's the connection now then, Leslie? I hope it's going all right. Ian's on Harry, Julian Ian and a bottle of Shiraz on 39 points. We've got Penny Graham moved on to 36. Well done, Penny. Graham Kids now moved on to 43. Well done, Graham. Latham House Lockdown on 44. We've got Home Alone 4. They're doing remarkably well. 50 points. Well done, Carol. Mike Yates is on 41 points. Any more scores to come in? Now then, I reckon anybody 50, 49, 50, somewhere around there has got a good chance of certainly being in the top one or two tonight. So we'll see. So we've got Home Alone 4 on 50 points. We've got Split the Difference 51 points. We've got Mick Roberts 49 points. We've got Sarah, Russ, Joe Jones on 51 points. That's a good position to be in. PRS are on 52 points. Michelle Gibbons on 51 points. So it's everybody's chance tonight to win. So question number one, this is a good old quiz question that came up. I have heard this before, and it's one you may have heard of, but never mind. Let's see. Right. Question number one, here we go, last round. Which company had the first electrical advert on the Piccadilly Circus lights in 1908? Now, I'm going to give you the choice. Was it Coca-Cola, Perrier, or Ovaltine? There's three possible answers there. So which company had the first electrical advert on the Piccadilly Circus lights in 1908? I gave you the choice. Was it Coca-Cola, Perrier, or Ovaltine? That's an interesting one. It is one I knew. But it might catch one or two of you out. We'll see. King got it, did he? Oh, straight in with the answer there. Oh. Question number two. Known for her roles in comedy shows such as 2 pints of lager and a packet of crisps, who won a BAFTA for her role as Ronnie Biggs' wife in the TV show Mrs. Biggs? Two-word answer I'm after. So question two again, known for her roles in comedy shows such as 2 pints of lager and a packet of crisps, who won a BAFTA for her role as Ronnie Biggs' wife in the TV show Mrs. Biggs? That would have been an interesting relationship. Oh, it's raining again. I think the monsoon started. It used to monsoon in India when we went there a bit too early in the year. I think we've got the monsoon season coming here now. Question number three. This is a pretty straightforward question. The parsec is a unit of length which in 2015 was recently redefined. The question is it used for measuring tiny or huge distances? So question number three again, the parsec is a unit of length which in 2015 was recently redefined. The question is it used for measuring tiny or huge distances? Question number four, not one of his brighter ideas, this one, but never mind. In what year did Adolf Hitler announce the declaration of war against the United States of America? So question 4 again. In what year did Adolf Hitler announce the declaration of war against the United States of America? In hindsight, he should have perhaps left it a little while, but never mind. Well, I hope we're all going to have a great Christmas. It's not been a great year for a lot of people, to be fair, but never mind. It's just surprising how, besides all the bad news, there's always plenty of good news. It's a shame the BBC don't put a bit more of the good news on instead of all the bad news, but never mind. And it is also, as my wife's just saying, it is amazing how the year has gone so fast. I don't know. They always say work makes things go fast, but I don't know. I think sitting around doing nothing half the time makes things go quite quick. Right then, question number 5. Listen carefully. All the great chancellors live very long lives since shoppers can't alter politics. Is a mnemonic used to remember what series? You might be able to work it out if you read the mnemonic. So we have had it before. I'm sorry for that. All the great chancellors live very long since shoppers can't alter politics. Is a mnemonic used to remember what series? I must try and actually remember that. I remember quite a few mnemonics. It's a good way of doing quizzes. But that is one I've never actually put to memory. All the right chancellors live very long since shoppers can't alter politics. Diana saying, feel for you publicans. To be fair, Diana, it's actually cheaper for us to stay closed at the moment. Even when we reopened back in, when was it, June, July time? Of course, footfall, people coming in, it really was almost making it so that it wasn't worth being open. It was dreadful. So this isn't going to really pan out until everybody gets back open again. Then I'm sure we're going to have quite a lot of closures, but we'll see. I don't think we've seen the end of it yet. Right, question number 6, here we go. What name is given to a glass object, especially one that is triangular with refracting surfaces at an acute angle with each other and that separates white light into a spectrum of colours? Very beautiful they are. So question 6 again. What name is given to a glass object, especially one that is triangular with refracting surfaces at an acute angle with each other that separates white light into a spectrum of colours? I was trying to get hold of one of them a few years back. I don't know why. They're not exactly very easy to find. You can find some Chinese cheapy things, but I was trying to find a proper one. You know? Right then, question number 7. Which city is the setting for a reworking of Puccini's opera Madame Butterfly? It was the story of a romance between an American GI and a Vietnamese bar girl. Which city is the setting for a reworking with Puccini's opera Madame Butterfly? It was the story of a romance between an American GI and a Vietnamese bar girl. And a very interesting city it is if you want to get run over by mopeds. Seem to be more mopeds than people. Question number 8. Which month followed the 6th month of the Roman year, which was named after the first Roman emperor? So which month followed the 6th month of the year, of the Roman year, which was named after the first Roman emperor? Question from a TV series. No, it's not a TV series. Keep working on it, keep working on it. Mnemonics help you remember things, basically, so need to work out how many words there are for starters. That'll help you a bit. Look for how many words there are in that answer. That might help you a bit. It could be a TV series, but I don't think it is. Question number 9. Listen carefully. These are all good general knowledge questions. Renowned as father of the railways, which civil engineer's portrait was on the back of a £5 note until the 21st of November 2003. Forget surname, but I don't think it's surname. Renowned as the father of the railways, which civil engineer's portrait was on the back of a £5 note until the 21st of November 2003. I don't put it on there because it was originally Trivial Travels. And we have the final question before Christmas. You'll be pleased to know you'll eventually be able to switch off and enjoy your Christmas now. So question number 10, accounting for only 0.074%. What is the least used letter in the English written language? So apparently accounting for only 0.074%. What is the least used letter in the English written language? I expect if you look at the quiz tonight, it might help you. I don't know. You look back through the chat, see whether you can see it or not. I don't know. Oh, yes. So there we have it. 10 general knowledge questions. Anybody need to just have a look at the questions? They are all down in the chat on the right-hand side. Latham House Lockdown, I was just saying, have a look at question 5. See how many words it is. That does give you a clue as to what it's actually after, obviously. Well, if you've enjoyed the quiz tonight, do give me the thumbs up. The more I get, the better, he says knowingly. And if you're a new subscriber, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. You will get pre-warnings then of any other quizzes I do, which I do 2 a week, you'll be pleased to know. Same time, same place. We transmit from sunny Rugby, or in this case, wet and windy Rugby tonight, but never mind. 8 o'clock for 8:15 start. Quiz normally runs for about an hour and a half, maybe an hour and 3/4, depending on what mood I'm in, whether I've had too much to drink, or the questions are just too long. And a big thank you, of course, for all those that did take part in the charity quiz just a few weeks back, beginning of December. We did raise in the end, I think it was £1,890, and we had a very nice thank you letter. Both Andrew and I, it was addressed to both of us from Mighton Hospice, saying thank you for the donation, very generous donation, and that was basically due to all you lot. So thank you very much, everybody that donated towards the charity quiz. It really did make a big difference, or it will make a big difference to some people who are suffering with cancer, or the effects of cancer. Right then, everybody, let's go back and do some marking. Let's see who has done or how you fared in this last round. Right, the general trivia round. The company that had the first electrical advert on Piccadilly Circus. If you hadn't heard it before, this is perhaps a bit of a pain in the arse question. It's one you have to kind of learn as a quizzer. It was Perrier Water, of course, the first ever advert. Quite strange, that, isn't it? But never mind. Question number 2. Mrs. Biggs was played by Sheridan Smith. Number 3, a parsec is a huge distance, basically, a huge distance. Number 4, Adolf Hitler announced the Declaration of War against the United States of America, basically in 1941, on the 11th of December. Number 5, All great chancellors live very long since shoppers can't alter politics. It's a mnemonic which is used to remember the 12 signs of the zodiac. 12 signs of the zodiac. Number 6 basically was a prism I was after. Number 7, I was after Saigon, as in Miss Saigon, which is now Ho Chi Minh City, of course. Number 8, that was a tricky one. Which month followed the 6th month of the Roman calendar? Well, the 6th month of the Roman calendar was named after Augustus. So the month after it was, of course, September. I was after September, which was the 7th month of the Roman calendar. Number 9, I was after George Stephenson. And finally, number 10, accounting for only 0.074%. The least used letter in the English language is the letter Z. The letter Z. So well done if you got it. What's that? Which TV Christmas special is being filmed in Brussels? Deal or no deal? I think we might have a deal before the new year in. We'll see. Some kind of deal anyway. Oh dear. Never mind. Right then, everybody, let's have some scores in, see how we've all fared. There's going to be some very close results tonight. And it'd be great if we could have a tie towards the top, or maybe we'll see. Right, we've got Mike Yates on 45 points. Well played, Mike. PRS end up with a fantastic 60 points. Well played, Matthew and Robin. That's a great score. Carol Green with 50. That's a very good score. And Sarah, what do I say? 58 points. Fantastic score. Happy Christmas to you, gang. Russ, Sarah, James and Joe, very well done on 58 points. That's a fantastic showing. Cheddar and Tracy on 50. Well played, you, and you have a great Christmas. Hilary, Stephen, Dexter, you have a great Christmas. 47 points. Well played, you. Latham House Lockdown, they said 50. Oh dear, never mind. That's a great score all the same. So well done to you, and you have a great Christmas as well. Mick Roberts, 56 points. Well done, Mick. I thought that's a very respectable score. I mean, out of a possible, what is it, 63? That's a great score. So well played, Mick. And Bev, you have a great Christmas. And same to you, Martin and Tina. Hope all is well with you, and you keep. And he said failed again, at least 33. Well, that's fair enough because you only started after 2 rounds. So that could have been a 53, couldn't it, Martin? It's still very good. Carrie, she's ended up on 52. Well played, Carrie. Have a great Christmas. I'll look forward to seeing you possibly on Sunday if you want to come and join us. Pinky and Berkey ended up with 51.5. Well played, Diane. Carol and Home Alone on 58 points. Woo! That's a good score. Well played, you two. You four even, sorry. Happy Christmas to Diane and Carol and Michelle. Michelle ended up, what's Michelle? Oh, bother. I've just lost it now. Michelle, 60 points for Michelle. Well played, Michelle. That's a great score. Ian Miller ends up on 50. We've got Famous 5 end up on 60 points. Andrew Lewis is on 44.5. We've got the Movie Prize girls, of course, joined late on 24.5. Clive and Janet from Stockton, they're saying oh dear, but 53. That's a very respectable score, as is 53 from Anne Anderson. Well played, and Merry Christmas to you all. Leslie Brown ends up on 51. Penny Graham on 42. Harry, Julie, Ian and his bottle of Shroud on 44. 45 even. Fell through the floor tonight. Oh dear. Has it got that bad? It's probably all the rain. Where are you? I'm thinking. You got 60.5. Oh, let's not worry about it. Oh, 60.5. What's that? Split the difference. Split. I did. I had said that if people share the quiz tonight, they can award themselves an extra point. But so split the difference of claiming an extra point and giving themselves 60.5 points. But it's great to see so many people. I'd like to announce about a draw. I think it's pretty fair. Everybody that's got 60 points tonight has done a remarkable effect anywhere towards the top 58. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a great Christmas, won't you? As best you can. I know it's been very difficult this year. Do enjoy the food and the booze, which we can all enjoy at Christmas. And I think the best thing to do is to make a lot of video and telephone calls over Christmas to loved ones anywhere near. What's that? Oh, and it's my birthday in the morning, just in case you're all wondering, but never mind. My wife's playing happy birthday, so Christmas Eve is a funny day for me. So anyway, good night to all. Stay safe and do have a great Christmas. We'll see most of you again on Sunday. I'll try and put together a good quiz for Sunday night for you all. So, and thanks all those new ones that have come and joined us for tonight. Anyway, great Christmas. Wish you all great fun. Thanks, Graham. Yes, I didn't say thanks to Graham. Nice to see you, and thanks. I'm sure you'll be back after Christmas. So, thanks, everybody. We'll see you all again another day. Thanks, Matthew. I'll just drink this beer while everybody just logs off. We will be back. Yes. Okay. And we'll see what. Let's see what questions I can get blocked next week. So I had a, what was it? I had a something cock. Oh, noble cock. Yeah. How the hell they managed to? I don't know. I had a noble cock. Never mind. We'll see what comes next week. They'll probably censor my channel and throw me off YouTube. I'm sure it'll come. Anyway, good night all. We'll see you all again, and have a very good Christmas. Yeah, Matthew, Blood, PRS have given themselves an extra third of a point. Well done, everybody. I think it was probably a tie tonight after all, but I did. Good night, everybody, and thank you very much for taking part. And we'll see you all again Sunday. So have a great Christmas. Nick Pugh now logging off. So good night all.